All right, everybody. Thanks for coming out. This was a really, really good game that we played today. I was really happy with the way um, the boys worked their way through, especially that early part of the game. What I was most impressed with is this was not an easy game by any means. Going into the third inning, when we went to bat in the third inning, we were up 1-0. So we were in a pitching matchup where we were able to get into the second, third pitcher, fourth pitcher, and so on. So really what we were doing, I mean, we were playing really, really well in the field. We were playing extremely efficient. We had a 56 pitch no hitter. Over 3 innings, we had 9 strikeouts, 2 walks. We had one error in the field. But other than that, so 10 people came up. I'm sorry. Um, 12 people came up. We got 9 outs out of that. So we were playing really, really efficient the way that we were pitching and the way that we were playing on defense. So I felt really, really good about that. As far as batting, what we were doing is saw a team's first pitcher. What I've been saying so far is in this season, every game that we played, except for the Rockies, we had seen people second pitchers. All of our games, those first 2 weekends when we had double headers, our first game was always someone else's second game. So we were on to their second, third pitcher past that. So I was expecting to see a really, really good pitcher, and that's what we got. We had two really good pitchers against us. So in the first inning, we got a 5 pitch walk, a 6 pitch walk, sorry, full count walk. And we were able to, with the second batter up, we were able to steal second, take third on an overthrow. So we had a runner in scoring position on third base. Following a strikeout, then our third hitter on the fourth pitch grounded out to first base. So we were able to score a run. And then we had a 5 pitch strikeout after that. So we went through 4 batters in the first inning and we were able to get across one run that we were able to scratch across one run, which was really, really important. Then we go out and as I said, we were playing really efficient in the field. We were doing a really, really good job pitching. The first inning, the first 2 innings, we walked the first batter, first inning and second inning, and then we struck out the next 3 batters after that. So it's really, really impressive. We come back in the second half. And it's much the same thing that we start off with a walk, and then we have a swinging strikeout, a second walk, and then we have 2 swinging strikeouts after that. So we were seeing what it was like to play a really, really good pitcher. And then halfway through the first inning, I think is when they brought in or the second inning is when they brought in their second pitcher. So when we got back to bat in the third inning, this was our big inning, and we were at 1-0. Um, and everyone with the exception of one batter had been to the plate once already. So we were a little more comfortable with what was going on. And so to walk through that third inning, this is really, really important because we ended up scoring 5 runs on 2 home runs. But what led to that is first we started off with a 5 pitch walk that had a foul ball. So that's one contact that we made. Then we come in. The second batter comes up and on 3 pitches gets a single. So that's 2 contacts. So now we have a runner on first and second. The next pitcher comes up and on their second pitch, that's when they made their contact. That's when they hit it out to right field and we got their 3-run home run. So that's 3 contacts. And those first 3 batters, we had 5, 8, 10 pitches thrown to us in those first 3 batters and 3 contacts out of that. Now, when you're fouling off balls and you're fouling off pitch after pitch after pitch, that's frustrating for a pitcher. That's difficult for a pitcher. And even if you end up getting out in that at bat, that's a successful at bat because it's showing that pitcher that we can make contact. And it's showing all our teammates we can make contact. And so we end up with a 3-run home run to go at 4-1 at that point. Now, it would have been really, really easy at that point for to the next batter, the next 2 batters to come up and just want to swing and just want to hit. And then we get ourselves in trouble. But what we did, we kind of recalibrated. The next batter came up and had 4 pitches with another foul. off of that. So that was the fourth contact of the inning, the 14th pitch of the inning. And the 14th pitch of the inning, the pitcher hit our batter. So they get to go to first base. Now, the next batter up had a six pitch at bat, but three foul balls in that. So three foul balls in that six pitch at bat. So we have made contact seven times in this inning. Out of 19 pitches, we've made contact seven times. And one somebody walked and somebody got on base. So we were doing a really, really good job of being able to come in and to show that we could make contact and we were being patient. And so after that six pitch strikeout, that was our first out of the inning. But because at that point, that pitcher had thrown 19 pitches and we had made contact with seven of those. Our next batter comes up and on the second pitch hits a line drive to center field for a home run, and that ends the inning. So in that inning alone, their pitcher had to throw 21 pitches. We made contact with the ball eight times. Okay. Two of those I'm sorry, three of those were for base hits. One was for a single, one, and then two were for a home run. So we had five times that we fouled the ball off and just frustrated the pitcher. And then we go out, we have another really good inning in the field. We're up 6-1, and then at that point when we come in, we're on to their third and fourth pitchers. So we add three more runs to the mix. And so on the day, we did really, really well. And like I said, I was so impressed with the way the kids hung in there because that was not an easy game. Um, we were in a pitching duel. We were in a pitching matchup, a really good pitching matchup between our pitcher and their first two pitchers, and we just outlasted them. We outlasted them and we started to catch up on what they were able to throw. The second pitcher came in and was throwing a very, very consistent, much they were throwing more consistent probably when they came into the game, and we just were able to make contact. And when you make contact like that, eventually good things happen. And so I was really, really happy with that. I was really happy with the way that the boys played. So again, on defense, we had a no hitter. 12 batters went to the plate. We got nine of them out. We had two walks. We had one error. We had nine strikeouts. We threw 56 pitches. All in all, because we were patient at the plate, we made them throw 93 pitches. So again, we have a really, really good pitching differential. We're seeing more pitches than we're throwing. That's a 37 pitch differential. So that's really, really good. And so it was a really good job. I'm looking forward to what we'll be doing in the coming weeks and with our competitions that we have left to get some more people in. So one question, if everybody has one. Yeah. Yeah, the question is, how do we define success? We define success. One, it's always fun to be competitive. We try to be competitive while teaching, but we do want, so I know it feels different for the kids when we end the game and we have more runs than the other team. Or even if we end the game like we did, excuse me, our second game where we started in a pretty big, excuse me, we started in a pretty big hole. We were down 5-0, and then we coming back and we tie that game 7-7. So I know that feels really, really good. On the season right now, we're 5-0-1. But the way that we define success is really through the learning. And not just the learning during games, but the learning during practice and the learning during our competitions that we have outside of the Sunday games or the league games. All of that goes into what we can do as a team and what the players are doing. And so to be able to track what a kid is doing from the beginning until the end, that's really, really important to be able to show where those points of success are. Where are we successful? Where have we succeeded or have we gotten better over the course of the season? So that's really how we define success. Level of understanding, whether they're enjoying the game or not, whether they want to come back to play more, and whether they really start to get into it. Because once they start to get into it and start to kind of take the onus on themselves to learn more and more about the game, that's when there's real learning going on. And so, yeah, thanks for that. That's ultimately how we are going to define success. It's not about particularly the performance on the field. It's about those small things. How does a person follow the process? Where can we find successes along the way? Because as we've said, baseball's a hard game. It's really, really hard. And you're if you're looking at wins and losses, or you're looking at how many times you go up to bat and how many hits you get versus how many times you don't get a hit, I mean, that's a really tough thing to look out, because a really good hitter is hitting about 300 usually. And as we get older, that's what we're going to find out. As people age up, they're going to find that out. So we look for those smaller things that we can point to as points of success. So. In summary, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season, looking forward to the competitions, and looking forward to the last three league games that we have this season. So thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day.